GingerGM.
Let's just get it on, shall we? Yeah, I used to play for old Hackney Chess Club when I was at university. I'd often turn up off my tits. Hello, Pete. How you doing, mate? It's been a while. That was great fun playing for your team. Good to hear from you again. Yeah, you looked after me well, Pete. So it was most appreciated. I used to play for Hackney Chess Club. I used to get 50 squid a game. So it was really good, and I used to go up from when I was at Brighton Uni, even at college, and I used to stay over at Pete's house, who's in the chat. Pete Bull, very lovely guy, helped me out. Got up to we'd play the chess match and go out drinking in Stoke Newington at the Jolly Butchers, pub until 2-3 a.m. Rough pub that was. It was the only late drinking place in Stoke Newington. But it was great, and it was great times. It was it was a lot of fun. So thank you, Pete. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well, and for all the help you did. Okay, right. So I better explain the game. Get back into what actually this stream is all about. What is this stream about? Is it about me rabbling on a little bit? But it's also about me helpfully helping you learn how a grandmaster thinks, or me. Now, like I say, Blair's a very good player, 2300, and we're going into a Slav. So I was thinking I could go for a, I could have done a Jabava London, I could have done a London system, but the good thing is that I know Blair's repertoire, and I know if I go knight c3, one line that Blair likes playing. He likes taking on c4, and I remember he told me when he was drunk he prepared this against me once. And after e4, he's got some tricky little line with b5. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to play an opening which a lot of people think is boring, but I quite like this opening. It's the exchange Slav. Don't boo now. Just don't boo. I don't want to hear those boos. Because I want to avoid his preparation, and let's just play a simple position for a change. It's nice when I do these long play videos to, well, try different positions out. So I'm going to take here before he can take me. Boo, the exchange Slav. I actually play this in my real life games now. Why? Because I find it very simple to learn. I find it very easy to play. I think white has great chances of getting an advantage. And this is actually what I play in tournament chess now. I actually play this quite often in tournament chess. I think it's a good opening. And also, it's a very lazy approach. You don't have to learn much theory. And you don't have to, it's good for, So another reason I'm picking this, I'm sure it's good for a lot of you guys out there. As in, if you're lazy, I don't know if I'm lazy, but I can't be asked to look at a lot of theory nowadays. It's a simple way to play. Simple is sometimes good. Hello, Captain Bumratty. Hello, Jerry. I am playing against Blair. So now I'm going to go knight c3. And will he play e5? I've got an inkling that Blair might lash out with e5 here, because this is something that I know he might try to tempt me into playing e4. I know Blair very well, so a lot of it's mind games here. I don't want him to get the position that he wants to play. And a lot about playing... look at that! How did I predict that? This is how well I know him. This is how well I know Blair, that I could predict he was going to go e5. Now, in actual fact, had he gone the more sensible knight f6, I would have played an interesting little line with f3 and e4, just to give it a little bit more spice. People say this is a boring opening. I don't agree. I really don't agree. I think a lot of people say certain openings are boring, but I totally disagree. I think any opening can be interesting, depending how you play it. So it's really up to you. Now, the reason Blair's played this, I know, is to tempt me into playing e4, which I once played against him in a similar position before, where black takes on e4. And then I do this old gambit line I used to play where you go bishop here, they take here, and then you go queen b3. And that line is extremely exciting, but a bit unsound for white, as in white is a lot worse. Now, do I play to the crowd? which I'm sure Blair is well prepared with, and play e4, playing romantic 18th century style. I'm sure Blair's expecting that move as well. Or do I just play pawn takes e5 and try, you know, just say, all right, I'm just going to play normal chess? Ooh, he's really tempting me. He's basically saying, come on, I know you want to. I know you want to play it. I know you want to play it, Simon. You're going to play it, aren't you? By the way, anyone who's wondering what the music was at the start, it was Lord Calcifer, another guy I'm going to sub. Oh, well, Bjorn said e4. I don't really mind if I lose. It doesn't matter. So let's play something interesting. Let's play something interesting. Okay, let me just see. What? Okay, I'm trying to sub you in, Lord Calcifer. Trying to give you a sub for your excellent song, but I don't want to lose too much time. I'm going to play e4. Sod it. I'm just going to... Oh, look at that. Automatically. I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist playing it. Okay, let's see if I can sub you, Lord Calcifer. Gift a sub. There we go. Gift a subscription. Let's do that for your great song you gave. Thank you. Okay, so he obviously expected me to do that. And now, just to avoid what he might be expecting, I'm going to flick in a check first. There we go. Now, I've had this position before where I have gone bishop to c4 against Blair. I had this, first of all, about 10 years ago, maybe more, 15 years ago, in a league match, which ended in a draw. It was a really exciting game. I'll show you what I can remember of that game afterwards. Now, I know this line is a bit dubious, but the idea of my play is I give up a pawn. So I'm giving up a pawn to accelerate my development. I have 2 pieces developed. Another idea of this is to put the bishop on c4 and to directly attack f7. So this is the kind of chess you might have seen in the days of Morphy. Not particularly sound. I wouldn't play this in a tournament because the computer frowns upon it. Maybe in a blitz game I would, but not in a proper tournament game, because you shouldn't play unsound things in tournaments. You don't want to lose tournament games, but hey ho, we're streaming. And the idea of bishop c4 is to play queen b3 and literally just to attack f7. He can't really go knight h6 to defend because you whip it off. Bishop takes h6. Whoosh, get rid of that one, son. And if he defends it with some queen move like this, then you can like jump in and cause him some aggro. Now the reason I haven't gone bishop c4 straight away is because I played that against Blair before, and I don't really want it to be a memory competition where I'm sure Blair is, you know, well adjusted. He might have a better memory than me, basically. I'm going to flick this check in first with the specific idea of trying to get him to put a piece on d7, and then I'm going to go bishop c4. And I'm figuring that the position is going to be a little bit different then, because he's blocking his queen in. And this is a little idea I came up with when I was drunk one night, I think. So surprise, surprise, it's where most of my ideas come for a little bit of inspiration down on the farm. Okay, so let's do it. So there's no point in me taking the bishop off. That would be stupid. I'm going to bring it back here, and I don't know if this helps him or it helps me. We'll find out. And if he takes on d4, I could even consider queen takes d4 now. I could consider queen h5, threatening checkmate, and I can consider queen b3. And we're in fresh territory. So who said this was boring? Who on earth said this was boring? We've got 7 moves. Who reckons this is boring now? The exchange Slav. How boring. No, 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 no. Not when I play against old Blairy boy. It ain't boring anymore. It's a loss of a tempo, but sometimes you want to tempt your opponent's pieces onto squares which you feel are inferior. For example, now, his queen can't come and take there. So if he takes on d4, I might just go queen takes d4. And I figure I'm going to win my pawn back for a little bit of development. His queen can't come to d7, which it might do to defend f7 after queen b3. He can't do that now. So sometimes the loss of a tempo is all right. My queen in some positions might now take b7 because his bishop's not defending that. So there are certainly some positives to this move. You see this kind of idea in the Catalan, bishop b4 check, bishop e7, boom, 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 this kind of stuff. Okay, so he's taken on d4. So now I've got a very important choice. So I've got these three moves, and they're all queen moves, which I need to consider here. Now, I know if I play queen b3, he will play knight to f6, because this is how a game of ours went before. Set the bishop is here. So I'm just going to analyze this line. I'm just going to have to analyze quite quickly now. Very important position here. So here, knight f6. If he defends with his queen, I go knight d5. He won't do that. So queen here, knight f6, bishop takes here, king to e7. And that position, does it help him having his bishop on this square? I don't know. And you know what I did before against Blair? I played knight to f3 there. And I'm just trying to work this one out. Does it make any difference him having his bishop on that square? So, well, that's mental, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be mental whatever. I'm very tempted to do that. The other one is to go queen h5, because then I'm threatening checkmate straight away. If he goes g6, queen e5 wins his rook. If he goes queen to e7, knight to d5 gains a tempo on his queen. If he goes queen to f6, knight to d5 gains a tempo on his queen. Could we have something like queen here, knight here, queen c6 to defend c7? What's that position like? Then I even have knight to c7 check. If he takes it, queen takes here and queen takes f8. But after knight c7, he can go king here. And if I take here, he takes on c4. So this is why I'm having a long think here. It's a really important position. I mean, a normal move here is queen takes d4, and I think I'm a little bit better, but I want to keep this as interesting as possible. So I'm thinking either here or here. I mean, queen takes d4 I like. I'd probably play that in a competition game if I played this opening, because I'm going to win a pawn back, but it's not as fun. Let's keep the romantic style going. So queen h5, this is a big threat. So queen h5, let's say he goes queen here, knight here, queen c5. That's the same kind of contextual thinking as before. And then if I go knight to f6 check, this is absolutely balmy stuff. Then he can go knight takes. So, okay, I need to calculate this. Here, let's say here, queen c5. Do I have a good move there? If I go knight c7, he's going king d8. But then I can take his queen and take his rook, and I'll exchange up. I think I'm going to go for queen b3, which might not be best, but I'm not liking this queen move, and then knight here, and then queen c5 so much. I can't see a good... Oh, maybe I can. Okay, let me have a look. Queen here, knight here, queen here, queen to e5 check. Very interesting. He blocks it. And then knight here check. Maybe I will... What's wrong with this move? Why can't I put the queen here? I'm now thinking I will try this one. I have never tried this before. And there probably is a reason that I've never tried this before. But I don't know what the reason is. And it's always nice to threaten checkmate, yeah? They're both interesting. This is going to be fascinating. By the way, I can tell you now, the computer's analysis after this game is going to say that it's going to be like, you know, accuracy 30%. But this is a very human game. We're trying to have fun here. You don't always have to play, you know, especially when you're trying to be creative. We're trying to be creative here. And creative means taking risks, as in life. If you want to think against the grain in life, you know, do you be a sheep, or do you be not sheep? So a shepherd. So you've got to do something a bit different, haven't you? You've got to take risks. So that's what we're trying to do here. And we're trying this. So whatever the result, this could be very interesting. And I'm threatening checkmate, which is nice. So one advantage of maybe flicking the check in is that he can't go queen d7 now. For example, if his bishop was on c8, queen d7 would put me off putting the queen here, yeah? Because I don't have bishop b5, knight c6, and after queen d7, I don't have knight d5 because I'm not attacking his queen. So after queen d7 in that position, I don't think queen h5 looks completely correct. But now he can't move his knight to h6 because I will take it, and I'll take on f7. So it seems to me he can't block with a bishop because I just take it and this pawn is pinned. So it seems to me that he has to go queen here or here. And then at least I get a tempo with my knight coming in. And another piece comes into the attack and I gain a bit more style. I don't think g6 is good because I have this check and I can pick up his rook on h8. So this position is very, very interesting. Very interesting gambit style. Maybe this position has never been seen before in the history of chess. Maybe this is the first. Maybe this is the first ever time this position has been seen, which is what we want in chess. We want some creative ideas. Okay, so I need to calculate here. Okay, Blair is saying first beer in 12 days. Well, that's nice to hear, Blair. I'll just tell him good stuff and I will join him later. Good stuff. After I've done a bit of work, I will join you for a virtual beer later. A virtual beer later. Okay, so I think he has to move his queen to one of these squares. So let's have a think about this. Let's go one at a time. So get queen e7, knight here. And then if he goes queen d6, I have bishop f4. If he goes, so he has to do something like queen here, knight here, queen c5, as I've already calculated. And in that position, I'm thinking I have queen e5 check, and it's getting really crazy. Really, really crazy. So queen here, knight here, queen here, check. Now, if he goes king to d8, I can go maybe bishop check, f6, rook c1. What the flipping heck is going on there? What is going on there? Well, this is, I mean, it's really, to calculate this, I need more than 15 minutes. I've already spent a lot of my time. I'm getting 10 seconds to move, so it ain't all bad. You know, it can be a little bit rosy, just like my cheeks at times. I often get red cheeks. It's something to do with being, you know, having the red beard and the red hair, I think. My cheeks go, I basically look like a tomato. I go tomato. Am I wearing my San Miguel stripy trousers? There we go. Yes, I am. Oh dear. Oh blimey. So yes, Blair is using a lot of time as well. I think he has to. So okay, and also, so I don't know. I'm gonna. I mean, I would love to have a bit more time in this position. So queen here. I mean, I think he has to move his queen. This is clear, and it's not that bad for him. I don't know if he's worse here, by the way. I don't think he is. Let's say, for example, queen here. I think it's best he puts his queen on c5. Personally, it feels better than c6 because he might want to put a knight there. So I'd go, if I was Blair, I'd go queen e7, knight d5, queen to c5, and this position is critical because then, if I go, for example, knight c7, he shouldn't go queen takes knight because I go queen takes this, and I'm probably winning. But what he can do after queen here, queen here, knight c7 is he can go king d8. And this is the move I'm not sure about. My queen is on pre. If I go queen takes queen, he goes bishop takes queen. I go knight takes a8. Try to follow this if you can, guys. I am a rook up, but he has 2 pawns for the rook, so I'm not a rook up, and he's going to trap my knight in the corner. So he's going to go b6, and he will win that knight. That knight will not, I don't think, be defendable. It might be. I'll try to look at this a little bit later on, meaning he has fantastic compensation. So let's look at that one more time. I mean, after knight here, queen here, knight here, king to d8, do I have another move there? Well, I can also then go queen takes f7. But he has time then to go bishop to b4 check. And in that position, he's winning. So queen here, knight here, queen here, check. Sorry, we're looking at, okay, one line at a time, Simon. Queen here, check, king d8. Not there, king d8. And, oh no, he can't go check because his queen's in the way. So I might be able to go queen takes there because his queen is on c5. It's in the way of his bishop. And then if he goes queen takes, I take his bishop. If he goes king takes, I go, let's say, bishop f4 check. Then he goes bishop d6. And then I can try rook c1, but I don't believe it. I don't believe that one. So, if he goes queen here, knight here, here, check, king here, I think I have to go queen takes queen, bishop takes, knight takes a8. If I can save my knight in that position, I will be winning. So maybe I should look at that a little bit more, because I have ideas of bringing my bishop to f4 and getting my knight back to c7. So, for example, in that position I was mentioning, I'm not going to go through the lines again because, you know, it's going to be... So I'll do... Okay, I will do it again. Here, 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 check, here, takes, takes, takes here. I'm just thinking of his best move. We've got to consider what his best move is, because if he goes bishop c6, I will go bishop f4 and I attack his knight. So he shouldn't go bishop f6, c6. If he goes knight c6, I will go bishop f4, and I might be able to get my knight out to c7. There's a lot of arrows there, aren't there? So the other idea is, okay, so that's not a bad option. So the other idea is queen here, knight here, queen here, and then I can do this check. I should see if there's a better option, which is also very intriguing. But then he can either block my check or he can move his king. Let's see what happens if he moves his king. This could get absolutely mental. So I'm thinking, well, it is mental already. So queen here, knight here, queen here. You can see why Blair's having a long think. He needs to, because he could be losing. Not queen here, check. King d8. And I'm going to keep checking him. Bishop g5, check. f6 looks normal. Can I then play rook c1? I don't think so, because he just goes pawn takes g5. And that's not working for me. So, okay, so queen, knight. And what I do, the way I'm calculating now is what's he doing? By abandonment? Oh, no. Why did he abandon? Ah, oh, what happened there? What happened there? Oh, no. Blair, what happened to you? Maybe he's got bad internet. We'll have to Blair might have just died with the combinations, yeah? It all became a little bit too much for him. I'm sure I'll get him back online in a minute. It abandoned because he was thinking too much. I'll tell you what, we'll rematch and we'll play the same position again, yeah? Not a problem. Because we want more time there. I actually want this game to have more time because it's such a fascinating... He was about to move. Yeah, let's... Look, I've just sent a rematch. We'll do the same position again. We'll get to the same position again, yeah? I mean, he said he abandoned, but he didn't abandon. He was just having a long think. Okay, I'm rematching you, Blair. Come on. Come on, mate. Rematch is on. Okay, let me rematch. Let me press that button again. And we'll just get the same position on the board and we'll just continue with more time. Let's abort that one because of the wrong colour. And can we rematch? I've got to be white, of course. Okay. I'll offer a draw. Let's have a draw. Draw. Oh, you have to move, then offer a draw, then we'll rematch. We'll get there in the end. No, I don't think we can do that, Blair. We have to have a draw, rematch, so I get the white pieces. Okay, so play a move. Play a move. Okay, I'll offer a draw. You take the draw, and then we'll rematch. We'll put the same position on the board, and we'll do it again. So at least you get to see the opening moves. You turned up late here. So let's just play the opening moves quickly, Blair. Come on, Blair. Blair, play your move. What was Blair doing? Okay, there we go. So we're going to play the same moves quickly. Come on, Blair. Blair. Why are you taking so long? Blair. Why is he thinking? Okay. Come on, Blair. Oh, he's forgetting the moves. He's forgetting. You can't forget the moves, can you? How can you forget the move? Okay. You can remember the moves. There we go. Okay, brilliant. You got there. He forgot his moves. Okay. And now we're back. And also, this is better because we both got more time. And I think this is cool because we both got such a fascinating position. that we need more time. And obviously Blair now bangs out his move, boom, because he won't forget his moves. I don't know if you're in trouble. Blair thinks he's in trouble. I don't like that move. I don't like that move. I think Blair should have put his queen on c5. And he shouldn't be on the chat. Okay, he's getting out of the chat now. Because obviously if he's in the chat, he'll be listening to, you know, what I'm suggesting as well. I think actually, we'll have a look at this afterwards. But I think in some situations, his queen might have been all right there. I'm probably still better because maybe my knight on a8 could have got out if you were following the lines I was analysing early. But this move I'm not so confident of because, okay, if I go knight here, for some reason I don't like his queen on c6. It gets in the way of his pieces. Maybe it's the same variation we were just analysing before, though. But it just looks like his queen would be better on this square to me. So my next move is pretty obvious, I think. But I want to move my knight to the most aggressive square, which is here. Because then I'm threatening his queen and I'm threatening there. But I've also got knight takes e4. We should consider this. But yeah, I mean, knight takes e4 is certainly quite a decent option. I get rid of one of his pawns and life is all right. Oh, I see that someone is saying that he could have gone queen there, knight to f6. I didn't see that possibility. Well, I had knight c7 check and then some queen move there. Like queen a5? I don't know. We'll have to look at it afterwards. Let's concentrate on this one. Okay, so what about knight takes e4? What's he going to play if I do that? Would he go queen here or here, probably? Exchange of queens helps him. So if I go knight takes here... Well, he's also got this check, but... No, we're going to go knight d5. We're just going to go knight d5. We don't need to play anything else, yeah? We don't need to play anything else. And now... Well, I don't think he can let me get my knight into their check. That seems horrible. If he goes queen here, bishop f4 is a free tempo for me. So that's why I'm thinking he has to move the queen here. Now, I don't like this. The problem with queen here is I had bishop b5. That was the issue, yeah? So had he gone in this position, queen c6, bishop b5 was another idea. And if he takes my bishop, I have knight c7 check, picking up his queen. So he's gone queen f5, but I don't believe this should be enough compensation. It is a bit similar to the other line I was thinking about, though, isn't it? Maybe it's similar. Okay. So I could even go bishop g5 here, threatening checkmate. What about that for a real crazy move? You know, bishop g5, knight c6, knight c7 checkmate. I kind of want to keep the queens on because it's fun, but I should probably just grab his rook, of course. But let's just have a look. We've got to have a look for fun. Bishop here. He can't go f6 because he's pinned. So bishop here is very interesting, I have to say. If he goes knight a6, I have some mad move like bishop here, queen takes here. Okay, bishop g5. This is a very interesting move. Just threatening checkmate. You can go bishop d6. Then I want to play something like g4, but you can go queen g6. I think I have to take the queens and take the rook here. I think I have to just take the material. I'm looking for better moves. As Larson said, if you see a good move, and of course my plan is obviously to take the rook, but the one thing I'm slightly worried about there is that my knight will get trapped and he will keep his two pawns. So I think I'm doing all right there. I think I'm at least, I'm at least equal. I think I'm probably just better, but it's always good to look for other options. I mean, even queen h4 is not silly because that is checkmate. I want to keep the queens on, as you can see, but I don't think I should be. And I think I will just end up, of course, taking the queens and going knight c7 or knight c7 first, but it's probably... I think knight c7 first is more accurate because I don't want to give him the chance of moving his king to d7. But I just want to double check these lines. So here. And if I play something like check, he will take that one. He's going to be safe. So here. Okay, this is the only move that's interesting, bishop g5 to me. And then something like bishop d6 is putting me off this weird idea. Bishop d6, and I don't think I have a good move. I'm thinking of g4 there. This is my idea. If he goes queen takes g4, I think I have checkmate. Knight c7 and queen takes f7 checkmate. So I'm thinking here, g4. Well, you can even play g6 there. It's just not good for me. Or queen g6. So here, queen g6 is sensible. And I don't have a good move. So, okay, so I'm going to have to go check. We're going to have to play this one. But we should always look for better options, of course. And this is now, of course, a rook that I have grabbed. But if he can trap my knight, which he might be able to do, he might be doing well. He might be doing well because he's got these two monstrous pawns. So it's not as easy as maybe people think. Now, do I want to swap bishops or do I want to keep my bishop? I'm thinking I want to keep my bishop because if I get my bishop there, my knight has this opportunity to come out. If I swap bishops in this position, this knight is not looking so good. So I'm thinking I want to just play king f1 here. I think I want to keep this bishop. But even saying that, this is a very simple way to play. Takes, knight here. Yeah, I mean, that's probably good for me as well, to be honest. But I'm going to keep it on. Normally, when you material up, you want to exchange pieces because you want to simplify and get down. But in this position, I'm liking this square for my bishop because one of the only ways I'm going to get my knight out is to bring it to c7. In order to bring my knight to c7, I have to support that square, so I need to bring a bishop to f4. Hello, Black Spock. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for subscribing. Very kind of you. Okay, so he's moved his knight out here. Of course, taking a pawn is completely irrelevant in this position. That pawn is just a waste of time. I don't want to take that one. So I'm going to move bishop f4 as planned. And if I can get my knight out, then I should be winning. This is what I'm thinking. But if I go knight here, he goes knight here, then my knight can come to d5. I'm out of dodge. So I'm going to try to get my knight out of dodge now. Let's just try. Knight here. The point is knight here, knight d5. And this move, now I'm a rook up. Now I think I should be winning. He's got some activity. His pieces are somewhat active. But at the end of the day, he is a whole rook down. And a rook is a rook. I mean, I think his position was very dodgy. We'll put this on the computer anyway. Maybe this whole line, maybe this bishop b5 is a brilliant new idea. I don't know if it's ever been played before. On move 6, we might have a novelty. Who knows? We came up with it today. But this position to me, I mean, of course, I might still lose this. And it's easier for black to play because he has these major pawns in the centre. And I think he's playing fast because he realises he's in trouble. Of course, now he's threatening to take that one and take that one, which I don't want to allow. So I feel like I either just move my bishop somewhere or I counterattack with a3. Of course, I don't want to take this one because he takes my bishop with check. Still tricky here. This is still slightly tricky, yeah? And he's also just threatening to take here and take here. So I think I have to move my bishop. Let's just put that in a safer square. And now, but what happens if he goes knight e7 now? Is he going to win a piece back? This is weird. Knight e7. Because if he can win a piece back, he's totally in the game. So maybe he's doing okay. Maybe his position was not so bad. Because what do I do after knight e7? Okay, I can of course play knight takes here, bishop takes here check, and then just move my king. And that should be alright. That should be alright. I just take his bishop. This check scared me for a little bit because I was just thinking if I go knight e2, he goes d3, maybe d2. But again, if I can just consolidate my position, of course, I'm going to be a whole rook up, which I am now. The only thing that's a danger is that his pieces are they seem much more active than mine. He has these scary looking pawns, but I don't think they're going to be enough in this position. Give me a couple of moves, I'll be able to consolidate. This knight will be able to come to f4. I'll be able to swap off some pieces with that knight. I'll be able to go rook c1, defending my bishop so this knight can move. I'll be able to push his bishop away with a3. So if I get a couple of moves here, it should be quite easy. If he ever goes d3, I got knight e3, and again I want to swap off pieces. So okay, so he's taking that one because that bishop was quite good. I'm going to take back with the h pawn, of course. I don't want to take with this pawn because then his pawns come down. And now he's threatening ideas like one of these two knight moves, where this pin on my knight would be problematic. So I need to play a sensible move like either rook c1 or bishop b3 just to consolidate this loose piece. So bishop b3, maybe you can try knight a5, but then knight here, and he can win a pawn, but a pawn is not going to help him. So I will just move my bishop here so it's defended by my pawn, because now my knight on d5 can move, for example, to f4 if it needs to. Or if he moves his knight to one of these two squares, I can simply take the knight. So he has gone here. He's making it as tricky as maybe he can. But I do have one square for my knight, and that is f4. And again, the more pieces I can swap off, the better. He can try doing this kind of thing and have two bishops, but of course he's losing. So, okay, well. I mean, even though it was a short game, it was an incredibly interesting game, I thought. And actually maybe of some theoretical interest. Hello, Darren. Hope you're doing all right. Hello, Blair. Sorry, thank you, Blair. Thank you for the game, Blair. I think you got a little bit in trouble in the opening. It was amazing. Maybe this bishop b5 is a really clever idea. Who knows? It was just, you know, maybe your position was really horrible. But I mean, the one line I was thinking, Blair, before I put it on the computer, and thank you for the game, or elbow bump, or whatever we do nowadays. And hello to Darren as well. The one thing I was thinking, I mean, this is a highly interesting position. I mean, just to show you, I mean, I had this position against Blair like 15 years ago. Now, taking on e5 is what theory recommends, but I prefer to attack the defend. And last time I played Blair, I played this e4 move, which is a little gambit line, which I play. And now, after this one, I think I played bishop c4 against Blair. And after bishop c4, it went knight c6, I believe. No, pawn takes here, and now queen b3. Now, the difference with this position to the one in the game, and someone was saying, why are you helping him develop his bishop to d7, is if I go queen h5, as I did in the game, he can go queen d7. And now if I move my knight in there, I'm not gaining a tempo. I'm not gaining a tempo with my knight. If I go bishop there, he simply defends, and this position is maybe lacking a lot of compensation for me. So queen b3 is what I played against Blair before, and now he just played, I think, knight to f6, which is the best move. Because if black takes this knight, black is losing because I take here and take here. And I'm threatening this one, winning the queen, and queen f7, winning the king. So when I played Blair, he had prepared, I believe, was it knight there or knight c6? It was one of these two moves. And I think Blair played maybe knight to f6 against me. And after taking here, he went king here. And this weird position the computer actually gives as winning for black. Because if I can't check him because he just takes my bishop. This knight, if it moves in, he just takes it. And remember, he's a couple of pawns up. So when I played Blair in this position, I think I now came up with I think it was quite an amazing idea, if I even do stroke my own ego by saying that. Knight to f3. And this was an amazing game we had. This is a real game, by the way. This is a real club game that we had. And the idea of this is if he takes this knight, I castle, and I get a rook into the attack quickly. If he takes the other knight, I take this way and I get a bishop into the attack quickly. So this was the idea of this crazy game that we had before. So rather than following that today, I was thinking, well, if we go bishop b5 check, it gives more options, yeah? This bishop b5 check gives me more options. Now, maybe knight c6 is like, okay. If I go d5, which may look like it's winning, he goes a6, for example. And this position is probably all right for Blair. I'm not sure. I haven't checked this. We'll have a look at the computer afterwards. I'm just telling you my thoughts without the computer. So, I mean, this will be very low accuracy on the computer because it was like a very human, imaginative game. But after bishop d7, bishop c4, maybe this taking on d4 is actually quite a bad move. Maybe Blair has to play something else. I don't know, like knight c6 even. I mean, here I can play d5 and it's a different game. But after taking on d4, I now play queen here. And the line that I was thinking was critical here, I think after this one, knight here, I'm doing very well. Because as I said, if he goes queen here to stop my knight coming in, this is just winning for me. I develop another piece with tempo because of this one. If he plays queen here, then I might even have this move, which is a really weird move. But again, it could be extremely problematic, as well as other ideas. But this one, because if he takes, I have knight c7 winning his queen. It's an interesting move, yeah. I mean, I think what I was most worried about was queen e7. Not worried, but I thought this was his best move. And I did not see this knight f6. This was an incredible idea that someone in the chat mentioned. And again, this is why playing this at top level, this kind of gambit you can only play once or twice. Knight here, and I'll just tell you what I was thinking during the game. It's very easy to miss moves during, during the game, because knight f6 is not a normal move to see. We'll come back to that one, see if I'm lost. I was thinking this is the line I was clearly calculating. And now my first thought was to go knight c7 check. Why do I want to play knight c7 check? Because I want to open up the way this way. And now I don't think Blair can take on c7 because I play queen takes here. He has to go here. Now queen takes here. He has to go here. And this position must be winning for me, I feel. Just with some move like bishop check. This looks like it should be winning for me. His king is too weak. Knight here. I just take it. This is winning. I mean, I've got to be winning. All my pieces are attacking his king. So he can't do this. But what I thought he could play on this position is maybe king d8. And the point of this one now is I probably have to take his queen off. And now I take here. And it's Blair's move. And this might be a better version of the game because he's already got his bishop developed. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Berenzen. Even though I've still got this bishop f4 move coming on, and it does look like I should be doing very well here. So, and the other line I was thinking of, just in this position, I've got the other line which I should certainly consider is this check. Why not play this check? And I was trying to make this move work, but I couldn't make this work. Now, I don't think black should block here because it looks like really scary for him with his check. But I think he should go king d8 because he wants to play king d8 anyway. And when I was analysing this in my mind, I was thinking about just keeping the attack going. So bishop g5 check. Obviously, he plays f6. And now the move I really wanted to play here was something like rook c1. So I could try moving this bishop because he can't take my queen because of this. But after this one, my bishop's no longer defending my rook. So I don't think I have a good move here and I think I'm losing. So in this particular line, I think this knight c7 move was the best way to play. But as someone in the chat pointed out, after knight d5, it's going to be interesting what the computer says about this. He should play knight to f6, and I totally forgot about this move. Now, do I have any compensation in this position? Well, my first idea is to check him and go queen a5, but then he has b6, and do we have anything there? I don't think so. I'll have a look at that. If I have to take the knight, I've lost one of my best pieces. So let's have a look. So if I go check king here, do I have any move here? that keeps my position alive, because I've got to lose some time by moving the queen. It is an easy move to miss. It is an easy move to miss. So, and I don't think I can sacrifice this, so I have to try here. And now he might even be able to play this one, as long as he avoids the following variation. I'm going to show the following variations because we all need a bit of sense of humour, especially at this time. Check, king here, and now queen check. And now rook takes here, and then knight c7. that would be quite a funny little variation. But of course, after the check here, he can take with his queen, and this stops my crazy idea of putting the knight on c7. So maybe this position is winning for him. This position here, because if I go queen c7, he just takes here and he defends everything. So I mean, to be honest, this is probably the winning line for him, yeah. And after knight to f6, if I have to take this knight, it's not what I want. And then I imagine he can go queen takes. And do I have enough compensation here? I don't think so anymore, because I have no threats. So this was the way for black to play. But obviously, very complex position. And we'll now put it on the computer. I'll just take a shot so you won't be able to see my face anymore. So, cool. My accuracy was all right. My accuracy. Can't believe it. My accuracy. A very complex position. So I'm amazed how high it was. Amazed, actually. Let's have a look. There we go. It's actually 96.5. So let's just have a look what the computer says quickly about this game. You were never in trouble. Really? Okay, so let's have a look. So this is the first new move. E4 is best, says the computer. Wow. And now pawn takes here is best. Bishop b5 is best. And here, of course, my next move looks a bit like you can obviously do some boring stuff where I take here. Maybe taking on e5 is what, you know, a normal person would play. But bishop c4, I knew the computer would say this is bad, but we saw how exciting it was. Queen f6. Oh, e takes d4 is obviously best. And now, okay, so I knew this as well. I remember when I played this move, I did say this is probably a dubious move. Now I'm wondering, what happens if I did the old line, queen b3? I could have gone for the old variation, queen b3. And now I'm assuming knight to f6 would be what Blair plays. And this might be a better version. Oh, queen b3 is now best. Look at that. Can you believe it? It actually said queen takes d4 was best. But as soon as I play queen b3, the computer changes its mind. Now, if you remember what my game against Blair went about 15 years ago, it went knight to f6. And then it went bishop here. And then it went king here. And then I went knight to f3. Now, I'm now wondering, is this a much better line for me? Because his king can't run away this way. So can I play knight to f3 here? Whoa! Look at that. Look at the computer's assessment. Boom! Let's see if it changes. Minus 3.61. So my idea is, let's say he takes here. Now when my bishop gets to this square, it's actually going to be checkmate. But the computer did say taking here was the best move. So let's just see what happens if I castle. Okay, well, it said it was completely losing for me. But hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. The computer is as clueless as us. Look at this. And it doesn't. Okay, it says queen a5 is best now, but this is the computer has not got a foggiest idea what the hell is going on. Is that right? Because look, that means it's not that bad for white. It went. Hang a minute. What did it do? And this position is a complete mess. So maybe this is the way to play. Knight to f3 is a blunder. Okay, so what happens if he takes here? Maybe this is what the computer meant. Oh, it does. So it's changed its mind. Okay, and now I take here. Oh, he plays queen b6. Okay. Okay. It's all a bit random, this. And his king can go back this way. I see. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to look at was after queen h5. This is a mistake. We'll just have a look at the game first. Could he survive? Okay, so he should go queen c6. Let's have a look. This is a inaccuracy, and now I think I am probably winning. We don't need to look at the rest of the game. But had he played queen c6, which looked like the only move, I was thinking bishop here, knight here, and queen e5. I had 3 moves. What happens if I go there, first of all? Wow, I'm actually losing. Because of king d8. This was the problem. And actually, in this variation, I can't swap the queen off. So this is actually quite interesting, yeah? Okay, so I can't do that one. Well, the other idea I was thinking was this one. Is this so terrible? Apparently it is. It just goes bishop, queen, d3. And what if I go bishop f4 here? What am I missing? Oh, he's got queen b4, is he, you're saying? What's he going to play here? Oh, knight to f6 again. This knight to f6 move is always... an amazing game, though, yeah? I mean, amazing possibilities in this game. So the best move here would have been queen e5 check, and this leads to quite confusing complications. And the only other thing I want to look at is, in the game, what happens with queen e7? Well, if knight here, knight to f6, and I'm assuming I'm just a lot worse here. Yes, I'm losing. So this opening variation is losing for white, but it's extremely interesting, and black has to be very well prepared. And it just goes to show you that some openings, you know, you can gamble in. It's very hard to work all these things out over the board, and especially in these variations where your opponent, you know, and yourself even, but your opponent may not have seen the line before. How are you supposed to work that all out at the board? You know, it's really, really hard to do. So thank you for the game, Blair. I'm going to end the stream. It seems so obvious now. It does, Aldo. It seems so obvious. It's ridiculously obvious. So I'll remember that again. But it was hard. So it was a very fun game now. I'll have to look at this queen b3 move, see if I can make that work in that variation. But anyway, so I'm going to end the stream. Now tomorrow, very special stream from 9 AM British Summer Time. So that is 5 hours previous to now. So 5 hours earlier for 18 hours. 18 hours. I'm going to be playing on this channel GingerGM DVDs. Thank you for subscribing, Rafa. Thank you. So 18 hours of free GingerGM DVDs. This is the reason I'm doing this is, I don't know, you go to GingerGM's shop or something. I'll show you what we're going to be playing very quickly. So now, basically, obviously, I have a little chess shop which you can buy DVD downloads from. And there's loads of good stuff here. Now, the ones we're going to be showing tomorrow, and let me just see if I can make the screen so you can all see it, just so you're interested, in case you're interested. And I'm going to try to put a playlist up on my Facebook and Twitter page, if I can get this done in time. But for 18 hours, we're going to show, first of all, we're going to start off with Crash Test Chess 1. So, which one is 1? Probably one of these ones. This one. So the first hour tomorrow from 9 AM is going to be this one, 1 hour, which you normally buy for £5, but it's going to be free. It's going to be free. And then after that one, we're going to move on to, and this could be of some use to you, if I can find it, of course. And remember, you normally have to buy these, but I'm going to put them up for free because, you know, people are struggling with corona virus. The world is a messed up place. It'd be nice to give you something for free, and, you know, yeah, maybe we'll put if anyone wants to donate or go to some corona charity. I have to work it out for tomorrow. And the next one we're going to play, where is it? Is Killer D4. So this is basically Killer D4. This, look how young I look there. Scary. Killer D4 is a 2-part DVD. So we're going to play part 1 and 2. Can you believe it? It's 11 hours 49 of instruction. And that is based on the repertoire that I played to become a grandmaster. So I built up a repertoire as white, and it's everything you want with white. 12 hours that helped me become a grandmaster. Now, some of it, I don't know, I still play the same stuff nowadays. So you're going to get that all for free tomorrow. 12 hours. And you can see there's loads of different stuff. The Slav, the semi-Slav. We go through everything. And I cover every opening. Now, obviously, it's from a while back. I still think there's some great stuff there, but you get that for free. What I'm going to try to do, if you go to my Facebook page, if I can get this ready in time, because obviously I have to get the videos, put them into one 18-hour video, prepare it for tomorrow. I will try to give you a contents page on my Facebook, but obviously that's going to take a bit of time. So you can look how much it would be to buy. That would be £25 if you wanted to buy or download the whole of that, but you can get it for free tomorrow. Now, one thing I would say is, you know, I don't want anyone like recording it and then putting it up for sale elsewhere. If anyone does that, you know, then we will actually sue you. There's no doubt about that, because it is our contract, and this is just for people to watch tomorrow to learn it. You know, if you record it for yourself, that's a bit different. I mean, I won't think too much of that, but you know, I'm giving it away for free, so you know, I think this is quite generous. But then I'm not just doing that. What we're going to play after that, the next thing we're going to play after that is Crash Test Chess 2. These are fun little 1-hour videos. So you're going to get another £5 for free. Bloody hell. What you're getting good value. And then just to top it off, the little cherry on the cake. I don't think you're all pirates, by the way. I think you're all lovely. Not you guys. I'm just saying, if anyone does it, I trust you guys. And I know most of you probably, well, a lot of you have brought the DVDs already. So thank you so much if you have brought these already. That would be good. And then the last one we're going to play is Killer Endgames 2. So just in case you want a bit of an endgame lesson, this is a great DVD filmed by my friends. It's not available for streaming because it's Endgame. But filmed by my friend Nicholas Pert. And the second DVD there is 4.5 hours. And that will give you an endgame lesson. Now, Nicholas Pert, who presents that, it was World Under-18 chess champion. Played for England many times. Very strong grandmaster. So that DVD is $8.99 on its own. So there you go. So if you tune in tomorrow, we're going to give some stuff away for free on my Twitch channel. I hope it works. I hope it does. I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. But if you want to learn a bit about chess, then it's more serious. I won't be here live tomorrow. I'll be in the chat now and again, but I'm not going to sit there for 18 hours watching my own videos. That'd just be sad. But if you want to learn something, then come along, and hopefully you know we do this. And if you want to give maybe I'll try to start some charity thing. So if you want to support it, that everyone can put like 50p or £1 towards some Corona charity, and I'll try to do a bit of research on what maybe the best charities are to give to, and we can try to do something that maybe help, that maybe help. And also it might help you if you're going crazy at home. You can do a day of chess learning. I mean, you might find it a bit boring because it's not like, it's pretty serious stuff. This is actually learning material. This is the stuff we make that we sell to really try to help you learn. But, it might be good. And you don't have to watch it, do you, if you don't want to? So there you go. So 9 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to give it all a go. And we'll see if we can make a little, very small bit of difference. So I hope some of you will come along and try that tomorrow, 9 a.m. British time. What's the link to this page? The shop page? The link to the GingerGM shop page is, you can have a look at the shop if you want to. Obviously, I'll do, tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to donate, CJR Beck from Battersea. Very, very kind of you. I mean, tomorrow, just to make it a little bit, obviously, we're doing this as well, but to make it a little bit to help us as well, because GingerGM, we will do an advert every hour for like 30 seconds. So I think if you're getting free stuff, you can probably manage to sit through that, I hope. Just because we've got a new course coming out on Sunday, we're going to tell you about that. But we're not going to bombard you with adverts. It's mainly to do something for free, and hopefully we can donate some money and get some kind of Corona thing there. The Corona for the NHS. I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of research today, see what the best charity I think to give to is. And we'll try to work out how the money can go directly there or something. So that's the idea tomorrow. We'll see what else we can do. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do just to get this ready. We have to get an 18-hour video ready, which I can upload. That's going to be a lot of work on its own, and we've got loads of other work we have to do. So I don't know if we're going to be able to bundle them for sale, but you can buy them from the shop anyway. So cheers. Okay, thank you for tuning in today. I will put this up on a thing. By the way, who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid? Let me see. Who's on Twitch? Anyone tell me who we're going to raid? Who shall we raid? Twitch.tv. We should always raid someone. So do stay here. Do stay here. We're going to go enjoy... Oh, Sam's on. Let's do a little bit of a raid for Sam. Sammy boy. Sammy boy. And by the way, where I'm going to take you, really... he's got some great YouTube channel, which is really underestimated. So go and check out Sam Copeland's YouTube channel. Oh. I have to... Oh, no, because you know what? I did say Sam. I'm going to have to take that back now. Because actually someone raided me. Oh, Sam, don't hate me. Don't hate me, Sam. Because someone raided me the other day. And we're going to have to return the favour. Next time we do Sam. Sam, don't hate me. We're going to do... Not one of the best chess players in the world. Nepo. We're going to raid Nepo. He raided me the other day. He's leading the candidates. See you later.